Dogs, they're like people, but they're hairier and they're nuder. And also, they're not really like people because they're unable to be chefs or accountants, say. But they're still great, friendly, fluffy beasts for the most part. But much like the people I've mentioned before, some can be twats. Less inclined to be twats than people, I must admit. There's some very pleasant dogs around, but there's also plenty of unpleasant pinchers, loutish Labradors and dickish Dalmatians too. Crikey, that sentence was a bit Larry Bundy, wasn't it? How to bring these rogue elements under control? Well, there are no people whisperers, but there are dog whisperers, one of which being Cesar Millan. In fact, he is the most famous of all of the dog whisperers. Yes, I get it's like being the most famous table leg maker, except Cesar has a TV show, a long list of celebrity clients, and a string of dog training books. And he also had a video game. Sort of. So yes, Cesar Millan knows a fair bit about our four-legged friends, hosting National Geographic's The Dog Whisperer. So we should listen to him and his advice, but not too closely as this screen advises. I don't know what to believe now, and this game was supposed to be helping me with training my dog. Do you think West Kent is awash with low-fee dog psychologists? I mean, I don't have a dog, but I'm sure if I do pick one up, I'll need advice with it because I will just feck it up and the dog will tear a squirrel in half or join the Conservative Party. Who can we thank for this anyway? Well, it's Ubisoft, who loved the new wave of middle-aged and grey owners of the Nintendo's both DS and Wii's during the closing years of the 21st century's first decade. The DS in particular wasn't just a way of playing their game franchises, but a great way of charging older players £25 for applications that would come in useful and become commonplace on smartphones once Nokia had ended up being consigned to the dustbin of history. Everything from languages to cooking to weight loss, along with the previously covered Alan Carr's Stop Smoking, were part of the lengthy list of my Coach franchise games, with this being probably the oddest DAC sound in that particular pound. They gave coding duties to Imagine Engine, a Massachusetts-based studio with a hand in a range of movie adaptations for the Nintendo machines, like Alvin and the Chipmunks, Puss in Boots and Wreck-It Ralph. This particular title also appeared on the PC should you wish to train your mutt from your desk. Unlike a lot of titles in the My Coach series, this actually has a slight game element to it, rather than just being a mere self-help application. You see, you're a dog psychologist, and after a series of 6 tutorials that teach you what to look out for in your dog's behaviour, and also the mechanics that you'll need to be an excellent pooch handler. Don't go expecting a similar title to Nintendogs or the Pets games here though. Cesar has no time for earning your dog's affection. He wants their damn respect. You're not here to fawn, you're here to dominate. You're like a canine Andrew Tate without being a sex case. You start each session by listening to the dog owner's complaint and watching how the dog behaves. Dogs are simple beasts and therefore their entire neuroses can be categorised by 4 different issues: hyperactivity, obsessive fixation, fear and separation anxiety. Once you've determined what's going on in the skull of man's best friend, Cesar will want to pump you for further knowledge via a series of questions. These can be learned either by consulting the in-game Caesarpedia, that's a cool name, or just by winging it. I did this a lot at school and it got me nowhere. I have less personal growth than any of the dogs in this game, and they're fictional dogs. You can then take part in 5 exercises to bring the nut-licking son of a gun to heel. And that's literally what you'll be doing in the first exercise, because you've got to take Fuzzmuzzle for his neighbourhood strut. They will either move too fast or too slow or get distracted, so you'll give them a sharp yank on their chain and that will bring the wagger back in line. Trust me. For fixated or fearful pooches, you'll need to constantly reassure the mutt as you make him cautiously plod towards what puts the willies up him. And if he's fixated on a particular thing, like his dinner, then you'll need to sit his panther's posterior down and make him behave himself. Feeding is a similar task to the fixation, as you'll be making sure he doesn't give in to his feral greedy instincts, and then you can play with him, which sees you toss a ball or a frisbee across the lawn. Disappointingly, there's no dog trust breaking fake throwing, as we all do when we go out and throw a ball for a dog, presumably because Cesar doesn't approve. After your dog has left the digital rehab clinic, you'll get the opportunity to do further homework for the beast, as Cesar Millan will expect you to answer more of his questions. Once you're done with that, you'll be awarded medals based on your success, and I'm not quite sure actually how the scoring works, as it's about as clear as your dog's favourite muddy rolling puddle. And that's about it really. It's very dry. It's the same activities over and over again, with none of them offering an iota of any real type of fun. This would be fine if it actually, helped you sort out your unruly pug, but the disclaimer at the start indicates that you shouldn't actually use it for that purpose. It's a My Coach title that coaches you absolutely nothing. If you can't actually coach your XL bully not to nibble your toddler's arm off, and it's not fun to play, then what was the actual point of Cesar Millan's dog whisperer? It is a bad boy, a very bad boy. Get back on your rug. IGN said that the authentic feel of the title means you'll be seeing the same cases over and over again, be playing the same minigames, watching the same animations, and taking the same quizzes dozens of times during a single playthrough. They gave it just a 4.4 out of 10 in November 2008. So enough dog training, let's go mess stuff up with Nemesis the Warlock on Commodore 64. That sounds a lot more fun, doesn't it? Like, subscribe, and Kay, thanks, bye.